Hello and thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're going to explore Apple's recent open-source Gaussian splatting model called Sharp. Sharp has been out for a few weeks now, and we'll be using it alongside Kwen Image Edit to repair, complete, and add detail to the final image. We'll also take a look at Kwen Multi-Angle Camera, which uses a 3D viewport gizmo built with three.js. This allows us to control the camera position relative to the subject in a very intuitive way. I've modified the subnet configuration to try to get the best balance between quality and performance. In these examples, I'm also using Sage Attention to help speed up the process. The good news is that all of this is very easy to set up if you're using the Comfy UI Easy Install portable version of Comfy UI in a future video. I may cover that setup process in detail. However, there are already some great resources out there that explain how to get started. That said, if you'd like to see a full walkthrough here on the channel, let me know in the comments. If enough people are interested, I'd be happy to make a dedicated video about it. Okay, let's get into it. First, we need to make sure all the custom nodes and models required for these examples are loaded. When you load the workflows, you'll be prompted to install any missing models. Here, I'll also show you the custom nodes we're using. As always, after installing new custom nodes, make sure to restart Comfy UI so the changes take effect. If you want to dig deeper into the research and technology behind Apple's Sharp model, check out this document. It's packed with context and real-world examples. Andre Pizzetti built a Comfy UI wrapper for Sharp. It lets us run monocular 3D Gaussian splatting locally in under 1 second. Huge thanks to Apple, and thanks to Andre. Now I am testing the Sharp model on several images I generated earlier so we can see the results. We need to customize the prompts to describe the image and specify what changes we want. Let's do this for both the 2511 and 2509 prompts. Once we have run our Gaussian viewer, remember to scale the splat points and set the camera before running the rest of the workflow. I've sped up generation time so you aren't stuck wading through progress bars. Qwen models are impressive, but even with Sage Attention, they can be slower than SDXL. The results are amazing, but there's a cost. If you're aiming for the best possible quality, you'll need to decide where your personal threshold lies between quality and performance, keeping in mind your hardware and VRAM constraints. I am really impressed by how well it understands the entire image. It handles the blurred background perfectly, even down to the tiny grains of sand mixed with crystallizations. Qwen 2511 takes care of the repair and fills empty areas within the splat. Meanwhile, Qwen 2509 acts like a detailing pass over the final results. As always, I'll include the final workflows in the links in the description. They are completely free for you to try and experiment within your own pipelines at home. I'm using quantized versions of Qwen to make room on my GPU while recording these videos. This means that occasionally you might notice a slight degradation in quality. I have to balance the workflow results against the video recording quality. Basically, the only adjustments I make along the way are in the prompt description. I'm keeping it very simple here, but if you plan to do this, I recommend running your prompt through an AI tool first. This helps format the text to produce the best possible outcome when fed back into a generative model workflow. This will be our last example using Apple Sharp together with Kwen Image Edit. Next, we'll try out Kwen Multi-Angle Camera controls using an intuitive 3D viewport gizmo to define camera placement. Those positions translate into exact coordinate instructions that Kwen understands. Between the two workflows, I prefer this one over the Sharp method. However, when we eventually have a native Comfy UI method to generate empty areas and recreate a 360-degree area or subject, that will be really cool. Currently, you have to rely on other technologies to produce those cohesive splat environments. This topic could also become the subject of another video, if there is enough interest in Gaussian splatting outside of Comfy UI. Alright, let's dive into the Kwen Multi-Angle Camera workflow. We'll use similar images to the last workflow so we can compare results better and see the general approach. As I mentioned, I've updated how the subgraph handles the Kwen workflow. I disabled the lightning low array and switched to a quantized version of Kwen. Also, I added a node to patch the model with Sage Attention. Finally, I'll launch Comfy UI with Sage Attention enabled. And immediately, the results are undeniably impressive. However, the sun is appearing behind us in both views. I could have corrected that using prompt concatenation to include a custom description in addition to the camera control information. In my opinion, camera controls alone aren't enough to capture all the scene adjustments. Additional prompting would be beneficial, but for a simple setup with a one-button solution, this is fantastic. I can see this being used for storyboards, product placements, subject turntables, and a whole host of other applications. And just one quick note, I'll include links to these workflows in the description below. They are all free to use. I would also like to note that if you're working with images that have less fine detail, such as anime or cel-shaded artwork, you should re-enable the lightning low array and adjust your settings accordingly. In this video's examples, I have set the steps to 40 and CFG to 4, as I disabled the lightning low array. However, for that style of art, try setting steps back to 20 and CFG to 1 respectively. There is a note in the workflow explaining how to choose the setup based on your configuration. So, be sure to navigate into that subgraph and familiarize yourself with the different options. In the next few minutes, I'll speed through a few more examples. It's mostly for fun, but it also lets you see the consistency of the results. And now some general information about Qwen while we generate. The magic of Kwen Image Edit and multi-angle camera control. Imagine holding a paintbrush made of code, one that doesn't just draw, but understands your vision and rewrites reality with a text command. That's the magic behind Kwen Image Edit and Kwen Multi-Angle Camera Control. These tools turn you into a digital wizard, amplifying creativity without needing to master complex software. First, meet Kwen Image Edit, the ultimate what-if artist. Think of it as an intelligent collaborator that reads your mood in every word. Want to swap a sunset for a rainstorm? Turn a lonely cat into a partying one, or remove that unwanted shadow? Just whisper. Turn this office into a cozy bookstore with plants. Qwen doesn't just paint over pixels, it understands context. It preserves the lighting and style while making precise changes, acting like Photoshop on steroids that learns your style over time. Whether you're an artist tweaking a sketch or a planner redesigning a wedding venue, it makes editing feel as natural as talking. Next up is Kwen Multi-Angle Camera Control, your visionary photographer's assistant. Imagine taking a single photo of a room and instantly stepping inside it to see every corner without moving physically. Upload one image and say, "Show me this hallway from above and the side." Qwen generates multiple perspectives instantly, shifting camera angles like an invisible drone flying around the scene. Need a bird's eye view, a close-up on a design detail? It does it all. For interior designers or virtual tour creators, this means visualizing spaces in 3D depth before ever buying a single piece of furniture. When combined, these features become a powerhouse. You can edit your image first, adding glowing windows to a park, and then instantly check how those edits look from every perspective. It's like having the ability to sculpt and explore your imagination simultaneously. Why does this matter? These tools aren't about replacing creativity, they're about amplifying it. Whether tweaking a meme or planning a party, Qwen's features speak your language. At its core, this tech is about giving you an extra hand and a teleporting camera. Next time you face a blank canvas, remember, you've got AI magic in your pocket. Just type, watch, and create. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching today. All links to the workflows used in this demo can be found in the description below. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please consider supporting the channel with a like and a subscribe. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.